Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to my movie review for Assassin's Creed. This is a movie that I couldn't wait to actually go and see because I'm a big, huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I play all the Assassin's Creed video games, and now does this movie actually match to what the video game was? Is this something that's actually separate from the video game? Well, find out now. Okay, so basically you have Michael Fassbender. Michael Fassbender is this criminal who winds up killing this other person, and he winds up getting a lethal injection in the arm, and then he winds up waking up and everything. Turns out that he winds up at this place called Astargo. Astargo is this place where they're trying to find out where his ancestor did with this artifact. This artifact actually contains a thing where it breaks free will and makes everybody actually makes everybody not want to kill each other anymore. So it actually bends that kind of rule where free will doesn't even exist. So that's going on with that. Then after that, we actually have Michael Fassbender going into the Animus machine itself. And what I have to say about this is the fact that we only get to see him a couple of times actually in 1492. If you're actually looking forward to the whole entire thing where he's actually in the Animus, it's not like that at all. Instead, he's in the Animus maybe 3 times out of the whole entire movie. The rest of the time, he's in Astargo. Now, this is actually the same way that the video game is and everything, too. And everybody's like, well, that's perfectly fine when you have 15 hours of gameplay versus a 2.5 hour movie. To me, I thought they did a very good job setting that up, in my own opinion. The Animus machine is a lot different than what it is in the video game. In the video game, it's just a regular table, kind of like an MRI machine and stuff, and it goes in through his memories and through his ancestors' memories that way. In this one, you actually have the machine picking him up, and he's actually imitating what he sees, and you actually get to see the layout and everything of what he sees into the Astargo unit. Now, it's not a crap movie. It's not what the critics are, the other critics is saying and everything. To me, I thought it was a very good movie. Well, not a very good movie, but it's actually a pretty decent movie for what it is. It's about an average movie. And I don't mean that in a bad way or anything. I just think, in my opinion, if you're expecting something more, don't. These characters are very one-dimensional and everything. And, you know, even in the video games, in my own opinion, the lead characters were very one-dimensional. There's no layers to these characters, so that's actually perfectly fine in my own opinion. The one that does have a little bit of layers to him is Michael Fassbender's character, which is Aguilera. Aguilera is the person that Michael Fassbender is actually trying to break through the Animus machine. And I have to say, I actually believe his character actually thought it was very well adapted to what the video game was. Yes, the character does not really exist in that world. They actually decided to do something a little bit different because Desmond is not in this movie at all, which I'm okay with because we don't want to actually have everything the same. But everything is one-dimensional in this movie. Everything about this is pretty spot on to what the video game was. And we actually get to see him reenact everything. In my own opinion, I feel like that they should have went on ahead and hear the voices whenever he's in the machine and everything, just like they did in the video game. Yes, there's a little bit of that going on in the movie, but I think they should have just went on ahead, let us hear a little bit of the voices while he's in the machine and everything, and then he can just be in the Animus the whole entire time. But with a 2.5 hour movie and stuff like that, you don't really need to keep taking them in, keep taking them out. That's just my honest opinion. But it actually kind of works in this setting that they have with the 2.5 hour movie. And like I said, it's an average movie with no character layers to the characters at all. It's very one-dimensional. What you see is what you get. I love the visual effects. The visual effects were really good. The action sequences were good. When you're actually in Astargo, you want to actually be back in the unit itself, because some people might actually think it was kind of a drag. For me, personally, I thought it was actually kind of interesting to see Astargo in a large place versus a video game, because we actually get to see a little bit more extra flavor, in my own opinion. But other than that, I would actually say it's actually a pretty good time to at least see once. So, with that being said, I'm actually going to give this movie a 3 out of 5 for the simple fact that the characters are one-dimensional, like I mentioned. The Animus and everything, to me, I think that they could have done a little bit better job with that. The plot line itself was a little bit of a mess, a little bit of jumble, but still, it was still a good time, and it wasn't a horrible movie in my honest opinion. It was just an average movie, and I would like to know what you guys think. Did you guys like Assassin's Creed? What didn't you like Assassin's Creed? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? Comment below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time.